This is the marina. From here, the boat or ferry will start for the canal.
The Pacific Queen will slow down, and a Panama Canal launch will bring our Panama Canal pilot on board today. Today we will transit northbound, and we will go up Miraflores locks and then Pedro Miguel locks. The vessels pass the inspections, then they have a maximum waiting period of 24 hours before Maritime Traffic Control issues them their transit time, transit schedule. And speaking of Maritime Traffic Control, coming up to your right-hand side at 3 o'clock, the other side of Flamenco Island, you will see a building halfway up the hill. That is one of their stations, Maritime Traffic Control, very similar to airports, air traffic control. The Panama Canal is all about vessels. Every ship that transits the Panama Canal needs at least one Panama Canal pilot on board. The Panama Canal pilot on board will tell the ship's captain what to do, how fast or how slow to do the maneuver. They work 8-hour shifts, no overtime. So this way we officially begin our transit in the Panama Canal as soon as we have a Panama Canal pilot. Side at 9 o'clock with the green cranes, it is called PSA, and that is a Taiwanese brand port. On your right hand side with the blue cranes is Hutchinson Port. This is the controversial port happening right now with the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and his claims of China having some sort of active involvement in the Panama Canal. Estos son los bueyes que trabajan mano a mano con la costa oeste de Estados Unidos, con San Diego, Los Ángeles, Santa ships enter the Panama Canal, they tie up to these electrical locomotives you see on the edges. The Pacific Queen is not large enough to have the equipment to tie up to those, so it's going to be Panama Canal line handlers, the crew on board the ship, those responsible to tie us up to the sides, pick up the slack as we're raised up. 95% de lo que van a ver el día de hoy, damas y caballeros, es equipo original. Mantenimiento preventivo y mantenimiento operacional. Parte del secreto del éxito del Canal de Panamá. Construido con concreto armado. Dentro de los muros no hay 1 centímetro de acero. Todo esto es concreto armado. Every chamber and every lock systems in the Panama Canal is exactly the same dimensions. They were built using the same molds. They were steel plates, 100 feet by 36 feet width, riveted together with hot rivets to hold the poured concrete. Inside these walls, there is not 1 inch of steel. Everything was poured in concrete. El cemento venía de Nueva York y la arena y piedra como agregado provenían de un sitio llamado Portobelo. En el centro del muro hay una tubería gigantesca de 6 metros de diámetro. Esa tubería gigantesca se conecta a 5 tuberías horizontales en el piso de la cámara. Y esas 5 tuberías horizontales se conectan a juegos de 20 alcantarillas cada una. Hay 100 alcantarillas en el piso de la cámara, en la esclusa inferior, en la esclusa superior y en todo el muro. No hay hierba, hay un lugar de venado plano. All you nature lovers and biodiversity lovers, on your left-hand side, behind the small shack labeled 22-L, there's a clearing. Muy bien. Entrando entonces a la cámara superior de las esclusas de Miraflores. Recordemos que toda embarcación que transita el Canal de Panamá tiene que ser elevada del nivel del mar a nivel del lago artificial llamado Gatú. Esos son 27 metros de luz en el lago Gatú. Hay que descender la embarcación del nivel del lago a nivel del mar. Right, ladies and gentlemen, now we are gliding into the upper chamber of Miraflores rocks. Keep in mind that every ship transiting the Panama Canal needs to be raised up from ocean level to artificial lake level. That is 87 feet of difference. Once we transit the lake, we are lowered down to the other ocean level, another 87 feet of difference. These hydraulic arms are now saving 30 seconds every time they open the minor gates, and 30 seconds every time they close them. By saving 1 entire minute per set of gates, you're saving a lot of time. And we know that time is money. paso en agosto 15 de 1914, el año y el día de la inauguración del Canal de Panamá, se enfrentan a un terremoto grande, cuyas réplicas demoran casi 20 horas el día 15 de agosto. Y la placa tectónica fue la placa tectónica de Miraflores. Entonces sí funcionó el plan de separar las esclusas en el lado Pacífico. $2,100+ an hour. Once again, not negotiable. Entonces, el canal de Panamá opera 12 horas en una dirección y 12 horas en la dirección opuesta. Tomando en cuenta que las embarcaciones más grandes del día van a transitar usando... So this canal we're transiting today begins construction in 1904 and inaugurates in 1914. Before this canal, the French were here trying to build a sea-level canal. Right after finishing the Suez Canal in Egypt, Ferdinand de Lesseps sends people to Panama to build them a sea-level canal joining the Atlantic with the Pacific. Fortunately for the French, many issues happen in the way, and it makes it impossible for the French to build their sea-level canal. And in 1937, with Charles V.
The tugboat is coming.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the minor gates are closing behind us. This way, we'll do the maneuver the third time around, third and last time. This will be the last step up in today's partial transit in the Panama Canal. These are manufactured by Mitsubishi with an electrical motor by Kawasaki. They weigh around 50 tons each, and they run on a 480-volt motor. The information and instructions from the lock master, who is ultimately liable for everything that happens in his or her 8-hour shift. La labor de las locomotoras eléctricas. So these are the third generation electrical locomotives, like I said.
It's a nice walk next to this lake or canal. Very clean. Lots of benches to sit. This place is called Amador. I'm just walking towards that. And this is the view here.